Welcome to Apex Racing TV and iRacing Live. We're here at Indianapolis Motor Speedway for the BSR MX5 Summer Series. I'm Chaz Draycott alongside Alex Simpson in the commentary booth, and we have 4 races of MX5 fun tonight ahead of us. Alex, how do you reckon this is going to go with these guys around this circuit?
Yeah, this is going to be quite an interesting race, I think. We're not used to seeing the sort of the bike moto layout, are we? So a bit more of a challenge into turn 1. Those of you who don't know, it runs the normal way around the oval circuit, so the reverse to the road course. Yeah, so turn 1 is that sort of left, followed by the very, very tight double right-hander, and then that cut back onto the oval again. So very, very tricky first sector. How that's going to play out with a good 40 or so MX5s trying to bear down on it, I'm not sure right at this point.
Yeah, it should be a lot of fun to watch. It's got its tight and twisty sections, but then it's got its high speed sections as well. So hopefully we'll see some nice slipstreaming from these MX5s. They punch quite a nice hole in the air, so it should provide some good overtaking, I imagine.
So a few drivers still out there trying to set their qualifying times at the moment. Tobias Cherney currently sitting on the provisional pole position, but a few drivers out there that could potentially knock him off that spot.
Yeah, it's quite close all the way through the field as well, it seems. There's a couple of guys that are only separated by hundredths and even thousandths of a second, so even in a car that's not got as much pace as other things on iRacing, it's certainly showing how close the racing can be as they head to the grid now, actually.
Let me just quickly show the championship standings at the moment. So Alex Cherney leads the overall championship on 356 points, followed by Anwar Smith. Then it's Tobias in 3rd, so Team RSO doing a great job. Peter Van Gaal 4th. Then it's Stephen Baxter in the AM Championship. It's Ashton leading it for Youth Energy. Then it's John Roberts, Scott Malcolm having a good performance up there. Rob Graham too as well. So lots of Automech not kill cars doing great. Chaz, take us through the grid, buddy.
So Tobias Cherney puts it on pole position, ahead of Jack McIntyre and Steve Hefford, with Anwar Smith in 4th position. Peter Van Gaal is in 5th, with Jack Ashton, the highest placed AM, in 6th. Nick McCarron is 7th, with Stephen Baxter in 8th position. Adam Hedgecock is 9th, and Craig Evans is 10th. Ross Strain is 11th, with William Daniels 12th, Gareth Heckling 13th, Benjamin Mears 14th, and Adam Broughton Grant in 15th position, with Gregory Vranks in 16th. Kip Stevens is 17th, Adam McNally is 18th, Max Wright is in 19th place, with Law Murray rounding out the top 20. You've then got Ryan Walker 21st, Taylor Lane 22nd, Ralph Cullinan 23rd, Lee Berridge in 24th, Alex Roby is 25th, with John Roberts behind him in 26th. Then you've got Rob Lunger in 27th, Rob Graham 28th, Tyler Lugo Vickery is 29th, that's a new name on my screen, not seen him before, Scott Malcolm 30th, Mick Barry is 31st, with Craig Jones 32nd, David Ayres 33rd, Daniel Hunt 34th, Addy King is 35th, 36th is Chepelevsky, Jamie Ayres 37th, Craig Cameron 38th, Greg Giles, former teammate of mine in the Daytona 24 Hours, is 39th, with Ben Creaner 40th, Jordan Giddings 41st, Carl Hardy 42nd, Peter Knowles 43rd, and Michael Key 44th as they leave the grid now. Just about got there in time, I reckon.
Yeah, good start from Tobias, actually. No issues off of the line. McIntyre is challenging at least around the outside. Can't quite make it happen at the moment, but yeah, his teammate Hefford and Peter Van Gaal settle in behind. Great qualifier for Momo, I have to say. Tobias really out in them, but yeah, great strong performance. So yeah, they come through that first sector. Everyone seeing, oh, I spoke too soon.
Yeah, there's a car off there. I'm just trying to see.
And someone around as well. Look at them just all scramble. They were 5 wide for a second there. I don't even know if the spotter's got that programmed.
John Roberts has gone down to the back of the field, it seems. It might be a bit of a curse, because I did say good luck to him on Facebook earlier after he was helping me out with some replay issues I've been having with iRacing. But as you see right now, Cherney leading the way. The Momo boys are scrapping amongst themselves, and Tobias is going to be really happy with that, because they might even hold each other up. So we'll have to see what happens here. McIntyre's down the inside of Steve Hefford. Oh, nearly a bit of contact there as they break into the left-hander. McIntyre gets 2 wheels off the ground.
So they don't want to fight too much amongst themselves, especially not at the early phase. And I say that, obviously, it's a short little sprint race. For those that haven't seen this series before, of course, we are making our return to iRacing Live, and maybe a few new faces. Yeah, we have 4 sprint races tonight, all about 15 minutes long. The first one definitely is 15. Then they work out roughly what the laps will be for the rest of the night, and that will be pre-selected for the final 3 races. There's a reverse grid that we bring up and spill like a Wheel of Fortune with some really cheesy music, and we work out what the grid's going to be. But so lots of fast-paced action. Drivers really can't wait to make moves. If you see an opportunity, you've got to go for it. And right now, McIntyre is going for it.
Yeah, he's just done a nice move there, slipstreaming down the straight. Gets it done. Oh, was exit stage left. That was Jack Ashton. Just absolutely flying off there, giving us once again a nice little show of the new grass clumps animations that iRacing have done. Nice job. But yeah, not quite sure what happened to him then. I don't know whether he got clipped or something, or whether he just lost it on the brakes, because as we always say, these cars are quite softly set up. You can get a wobble on the brakes, and he got help. He got quite a lot of help.
Yeah.
That was one of the...
that was a sizable hit, wasn't it, from behind?
Yeah, I think it was one of the boosted with Savage cars. Not quite sure which one it was. It might have been Stephen Baxter, actually, because he's in the dark blue car, so I think it was him. Sorry to call you out, not Stephen. But he's got back going again. We say that, and he's
in the middle of something else as we jump back to live as well, so he's all the way down in 32nd now. It's just, well, it never rains, it pours, does it?
Indeed, yeah. That seemed like, I think that was Nick McCarron in that one there. As we see one of the result clothing boys goes past, that's David Ayres. He seems to have a bit of damage as well, so it looks like he might have been in the walls. They're quite far down the order. As we look at William Daniels, he's chasing down Gareth Hickling at the moment, and he's been in a battle with Adam Broughton Grant. Broughton Grant easily distinguishable there by the bright blue wheels and roll cage in that result clothing car. A lot of pretty liveries and bright colours in this series, as we always say. Just a real sea of cars as always, isn't it? It's a very flowing circuit actually. It's quite nice to watch them ebb and flow from left to right round here, isn't it?
Yeah, it is a good circuit both way rounds actually. I think it makes for some pretty good racing. I've seen some great BSRTC races around here, of course, and there's been some epic battles, and it just sort of works as we're seeing Peter Van Gool come under a little bit of pressure from Anwar Smith in the Youth Energy car. Up the inside goes Smith. Of course, it's cut back through this section, so we have sort of a double left-hander, and Smith can't quite get the overlap before it cuts back pretty viciously to the left there, doesn't it, back onto the oval.
Yeah, they've got to really be careful as they're on that, because they're obviously accelerating out of the double right, but then you're straight on the brakes, and then the weight of the car shifting over the other way as you turn left. So I'd imagine it's quite easy to over-rotate the car in that section, especially if you're trying to sort of outdo the guy in front. As we go on board with Cherney here, chasing down race leader Jack McIntyre. Just looking at Anwar Smith a moment ago as well. He won 2 races of the 4 last week at Montreal, so he's had a flying start to the season as Cherney goes a little bit wide on the grass there. Hefford may be able to catch him up here. As you can see on the relative on my timing screen, he's going down, so Cherney's going defensive.
It's just to the right. We can't quite see it on our screen, but it's just to the right.
You can just hear it in stereo headphones. It's just in the right headphone, not my left.
There he is.
There he is.
Good move then from Hefford to go around the outside. So the Momo boys up to first and second. That's not the last I've seen of Tobias though. I'm not sure where his brother is. I don't see his brother on track tonight.
Yeah, I don't remember reading him out in the name of
so not able to turn up, and of course they were doing extremely well, the pair of them in the championship. So
yeah, first and third I believe as well, so hell of a combination. I remember they got some really nice results quite close together at Montreal as well last week, as he's lining up Hefford for a move now. I imagine he's going to get a good slipstream from this. It's going to be the last of the late breakers, I think, but it depends who gets the optimal line here. I mean, Steve's going to come out a little bit. He's not going to squeeze him too much. There's not much room down into that corner. Seems like Tobias is just playing it safe now, but they've really closed on McIntyre, actually. McIntyre seems quite slow through there. Let's see what they do through this section. They've got double right. And then, like you say, vicious cut back there. You see the cars, the amount of body roll on the MX5 as it copes with the G-forces of going around there.
And miles away from the exit as well, they're travelling so much distance coming off that corner just to get the extra momentum off of it. Crazy. And of course this section here It's quite tricky in the you know, on the normal layout as well. It's quite tight, so just like slight differences really. It doesn't seem quite as tricky, you know, going this way around. But this corner here is yeah, it's not too bad actually. Obviously it's quite tight when you approach it the other direction with some speed, but of course this corner in stark contrast is yeah, a lot more of a braking zone. So
yeah, it works quite nicely both way around, like you were saying before. There seems to be a bit of a recurring theme I find with American tracks, and that they have corners that aren't sort of smooth all the way around. As we look at, who is that on screen? That's Ralph Cullinan. He's been involved in some sort of incident there that's ripped the front end off his MX5, as we're about to see. Seems like he's got a bit of a slide on going into that left-hander. Is he going to clip the grass? Yep.
oh yeah,
There he goes.
no recovering that when that happens.
No.
It's a one-way ticket, unfortunately.
I was just going to say, there's a lot of corners in American circuits that don't seem to be smooth all the way around, so they either tighten or sort of they open out on the exit. So a lot of the time in cars like this, when you're trying to sort of slow the car down and get it on an apex where you're turning in late, it can sort of get away from you quite easily. I mean, obviously we just saw it happen to Cullinan there on the throttle, but it's just as easy to lose his car on the brakes. It's very underestimated, I think, when people get onto the iRacing service, so how much of a pig this thing can be to drive sometimes at certain circuits.
Oh, as I thought just for a moment, that was Gareth Hickling coming in, having a little look at Edgecock. It had been a bit late, and then you've got the Result Clothing driver of Adam Broughton Grant also in the mix as they all concertina up through this slow section.
Really, really good racing there. There's multiple lines that you can all take through the corners, and it all seems to come out with the same outcome, really. It's interesting to see how people attack it when they're in a battle compared to when they're trying to get like a hot lap in to try and catch up to the guy in front.
Just look at, you obviously can't see this, Chaz, but the snake that's going around this circuit as well, just goes to show how many cars there are out there as well. And we actually have Steve Hefford, he's catching up to the first of the back markers, so an issue for Craig Jones that set him right back. But yeah, so he's going to have to get lapped. So I wonder if Tobias will take this as an opportunity to perhaps see if he can gain a spot or two.
It seemed like Steve actually compromised his run through that little section there because he was wide in the first corner, and Jack and Tobias have really closed up now. Tobias had to brake a little bit early there. But, yeah, again, you see different lines there. Tobias running a little bit wide. Jack's obviously trying to avoid his teammate. This is it's going to be a hell of a scrap between these three. It's good to see that the Momo boys aren't really scared of fighting amongst each other, as we see Craig just going into the pits there, so he gets out of the way of these boys. Jack's got a great run out of the last corner, actually. Really got the run on Steve there. Just think, be careful.
Got to go for a move, surely.
Yeah, you could hear him back off the throttle a little bit there to let him in front.
Yeah, and actually covers up the inside just a fraction as well, just to make sure that Cherney doesn't stick his nose up the inside.
Yeah, I think he just wanted to get McIntyre past as smoothly as possible and then get the toe off him so he could just stay in front. It seems to have worked quite well for him. Oh, he gets a slide on there though, but so does Tobias, it seems, because he had to get on the brakes to keep the car pointing the right way. Quite fortunate there for Hefford that Tobias didn't get the run, because I'm pretty sure he would have made it stick down here. Spread out a lot though, it just shows.
It just separates them apart somewhat. I mean, Smith has got past Peter Van Gaal as well, and we know how quick Anwar is in this car, so he's desperately trying to tag onto the back. 1.7 seconds is the gap, so I need to. There's a good battle going on between Sterling Chapalewski and Jordan Giddings right now as well. They're side by side. They just exchanged position about 3 times in the last few corners.
You've seen both of these boys are really feisty on track. Jordan did a fantastic job in the 2 meetings that we've seen him in. He raced really well at Charlotte and then again at Montreal last week. Chepalewski's just always on fire, making up places every single race. I mean, so far in this one he's made up 12 places. Jordan's made up 16. Ben Crean and Craig Cameron's actually the biggest mover, it seems, making up 19 places to, well, 19th.
So, good battle between Lorne Murray, Max Wright and Evans here as well.
Good to see Craig back in the series, good friend of mine. He's been out for a few meetings, I think.
I was about to say, yeah, I haven't seen Craig for a little while, so yeah, good to see him in there. And again, for those new people that are tuning in, may not have seen it all, The little slash blue and slash green indicates the class category. So we have pro and am drivers out there as well. So obviously the pros are in the blue and the ams are in the green. They all score towards an overall championship that's run throughout the year, and it's broken into 4 little sections of the year. So this is the actual summer phase of the championship, as I think that's Ryan Walker having a little look on your mate there.
Yeah, he's just got it down the inside. Both squirreling the car around, turn 1 on the brakes. Craig gives him just enough room, but Craig's going to be on the inside. He's later on the brakes, gets it turned in, misses the apex though, and Ryan's got a great cutback, beautiful move there.
Saw that one coming, but still round the outside though, so he will get the place back. Look at how much time they've just lost. Oh, yeah. That
Craig
car did not sit well, did it, as it came back onto the oval section as well. Really checked up on him, and all of a sudden they find themselves nearly 1.5 seconds back from the group that they were sort of battling with. And Walker through once more as well.
Yeah, really good position swapping in. We've only got actually 15 seconds left of the elapsed time of this, so I think this next lap's going to be the last one. Although, sorry, my internet keeps dropping in and out there. I've just noticed my Q bar went up a bit, so sorry if that sounded terrible. But as we look at the race leader, McIntyre, then he's got back past his teammate Hefford. Cherney seems to have dropped off a little bit now. Although, sorry, we actually saw McIntyre go past earlier, didn't we? I forgot about that.
Yeah, we did. Yeah, not quite got the pace to run with these guys. They're working well together to try and stretch the lead out there. And, yeah, seems to be doing the job.
Oh, just hit contact someone at the wall, yeah.
Perhaps these two, again, they were two thousandths of a second apart when I looked down the timing screen, so...
Either of them are drivers that give up there, you've got to give that to him. Craig's a definite fighter on track, and I know that Ryan is as well. I mean, he's displayed that enough in the last few corners that we've seen. So this will be the last lap then for McIntyre and Hefford, but Cherney's really, really getting close to him now. Just got to be really careful not to get too close, because you'll compromise your own lines through these corners. That's the problem. You've got to sort of risk going down the inside, but make sure you do it at a corner where it affects you into the next one, because a lot of these corners do tend to flow into each other, don't they?
Indeed. And I think that's what makes this a little bit more of a challenge than perhaps just the normal road version. Of course, live timing is available for this race, so you can check out what's going on as Tobias has a little look, trying to get a bit more feisty for the final lap. But yeah, the live timing is available for the rest of the meeting, and it's the same link every week. It's unique to this series, so yeah, if you tune in on a regular basis, bookmark that and you'll be able to follow how your driver's doing.
Oh, Steve seems to miss the apex a little bit there, chasing his teammate, so Tobias is a bit closer now as we get towards the end of the lap. This last little section back now.
Rag race to the start-finish line for those two, I think. But I think actually Hefford's going to be okay, because he'll have McIntyre to slipstream.
Yeah.
Slightly wider line for Tobias. Don't seem to have lost any time. Just carry a little bit more momentum like that.
So we come into turns 15 and 16 then. Tobias tries to shorten the run as much as he can.
Oh, I think he almost got on the power just a tiny little bit too early. But yeah, McIntyre, he's got this one, no problem. His teammate's never going to get there. It is going to be the battle for second place, but I just don't think Tobias has got enough of a run, and indeed he hasn't. So Steve Hefford comes across with a solid second place. Smith in fourth, and then it's Peter Van Gool, followed by Nick McCarron. That was quite close between him and Adam. Oh, it is quite close between him and Adam Broughton-Grant. I'm not sure who's going to get it. It might even be Broughton-Grant. I don't know, not according to my live timing.
No, less than 100th in it though.
100th in it, yeah.
Brilliant stuff. Broughton-Grant had a really good race, actually, gaining 8 places. Along with him was Kip Stevens, Adam McNally.
Looks tasty.
Oh, 3 wide on screen. That's Giddings and Chepelevsky and Ayres, I believe.
Was indeed.
Chepelevsky beating those two home. Craig Cameron up 22 places to 16th. What a drive that is. Good. To be fair, Giddings as well, that we just saw on screen, he gained 18 places. Chepelevsky gained 14. Carl Hardy's gained 17 places as well. As we look at John Roberts.
Close, but going to be 300s in that. Malcolm's going to get this one. Much as Roberts is willing his car just to pick up a bit more momentum, it won't.
Yeah, he's had a tough few meetings as Roberts. He's been up at the front a few times and had incidents and fallen off, unfortunately. But he doesn't give up though. He's been on the he's been involved with BSR for a long time, and he's definitely not giving up.
Giles just can't quite get there. These guys need to get a bit closer. Use the side draft. You know, you can gain that extra advantage. You'd be surprised. It makes enough of a difference that I think some of those guys there that were so close, they could have just snuck their nose ahead if they were just a little bit closer.
Well, I don't know whether that was close enough for you at the end there. A little tap from the rear.
I think so.
Smashing stuff as always though from these boys. They certainly make use of every single circuit they go to, and this little car gets more and more entertaining as it goes on. I love doing this sort of stuff. It's great.
Right, I'm just grabbing the official classifications, and then they'll be up on screen.
I'll just take one big deep breath then.
Yeah, you'll need it, I think.
As we hear somebody spinning out in the background.
Okay, Chaz, over to you, mate.
Smashing stuff. So Jack McIntyre takes the win there from his teammate Steve Hefford. A really good joint effort there to get first and second, while Tobias Cherney wraps out the podium. You've then got Anwar Smith, started fourth, finished fourth. Same with Peter Van Gool, started fifth, finished fifth. Nick McCarron finishes sixth with Adam Broughton-Grant in seventh. Gareth Hickling finishes eighth with Kip Stevens in ninth, and Adam McNally rounding out the top 10. Gregory Vranks gained 5 places and finished in 11th, with Lorne Murray in 12th, Max Wright 13th, Ryan Walker 14th, and Craig Evans finishing 15th. So Ryan beat Craig to the line there in the end. Craig Cameron, highest mover in that one, gaining 22 places to finish 16th, with Taylor Lane in 17th. Benjamin Mears 18th, Alex Roby 19th, and Jack Ashton, who we saw exit stage left at the beginning, in 20th. You've then got Daniel Hunt 21st, Stelian Chepelewski in 22nd, Jordan Giddings 23rd, with Jamie Ayres 24th, Carl Hardy 25th, Rob Graham 26th, Ben Creaner 27th, Scott Malcolm 28th, John Roberts 29th, with William Daniels in the 30th position there. Tyler Lugo Vickery finishing 31st, David Ayres 32nd, Rob Lundgren 33rd, Peter Knowles 34th, Michael Key 35th, with Greg Giles 36th, Adam Hedgecock 37th, Stephen Baxter 38th, Addy King 39th, Lee Berridge in 40th, with Craig Jones 41st. And I believe that the cars not classified were Ralph Cullen, Ross Strain, and Mick Barry. So only 3 non-finishes in that one, as far as I know.
Yeah, great job all around. Just seeing the AM standings just up on screen at the moment as well. Of course, they all score on an overall basis, but it's just nice to give a shout out to the top 3. Of course, Gareth Hickling, Gregory, and Ryan there taking those ones. So good race for them. Good points haul for those guys as well, and does them no harm whatsoever in their championship. Right, I'm guessing people are going to want a reverse grid chat.
Oh, I know they will, because I know from the World GT nights now that started back up again last night. One of the most nerve-wracking parts of your evening is seeing whether you're at the front of the grid for the reverse grid races. So these boys will be watching in anticipation, I bet.
Let's give it a spin, and we will see what we come up with. Looks like it's going to be full -4.
Okay, so if I remember rightly, if you're 1 lap down, then that counts you. So -4 would mean originally it'd be Craig Jones, so -4 from him will be Adam Hedgecock on pole position, alongside Greg Giles, Mick Key, and Peter Knowles 4th.
There you go. Good little recovery from Hedgecock getting on pole. We spun it on the last lap. He was a bit peeved with himself, and of course, well, there you go. Got a little bit of reward for it as well.
Nice little change of fortunes.
Yeah, put a smile back on his face.
Good stuff.
So we have got 3 more races left to go tonight. We're gonna go away for about 10-15 minutes, depending on how long it takes the session to go up on any issues. So stick around. We'll be back for race number 2 of the night. If you thought that was fairly interesting, wait till you see the reverse grid. I'm not saying this as a as a positive thing for the series. But if you like a few crashes, trust me, the reverse grid race always brings them out. And I think yeah, everyone in the series knows it kind of happens. So it's just the nature of these massive reverse grid races. Going to be an interesting first few laps, that's for sure. Come back to us in about 10 minutes time. In the meantime, yeah, have some iRacing adverts.
Welcome back to the Indianapolis Motor Speedway and the BSR MX5 Summer Series. I'm Chaz Draycott alongside Alex Simpson on Apex Racing TV and iRacing Live. We're ready for race 2 of the evening. Race 1 provided plenty of action in a bit of an overcast setting, and we're just heading down to the grid for race 2 after the large reverse grid that we had.
Yeah, don't forget that we're also on Facebook as well. So just going out everywhere tonight, it would seem. First race was a good one. This one, I feel, is going to be a little bit manic.
Hopefully so. For the entertainment purposes anyway, we've got Adam Hedgecock on pole position with Greg Giles second, with Michael Key third. Peter Knowles yet to take to the grid is fourth, he's just popped up. Rob Lundgren's fifth, David Ayres sixth, Tyler Lugo Vickery is seventh, William Daniels eighth, John Roberts ninth, and Scott Malcolm 10th as we round out the 10, and the lights are red. And the green flag drops, and they're away. And Adam Hedgecock gets a really good launch off the line. Greg Giles is alongside him there as they filter into the middle of the track together. Quite a gaggle behind them there. It looks like Rob Lundgren's got a bit of a good run down the inside on that boosted with Savage car. He slots into 5th place as they all make their way around turn 1, then really long turn 1, and then they've got to try and straighten the car up to brake for turn 2. As you flick around the double right-hander, Hedgecock's run wide.
Got away with that.
Oh, there's a bit of contact in the background, it seems. Just heard a few cars off about. Lundgren's out. Lundgren's over there. There's a couple of other cars running wide onto the grass as well.
Told you it'd be a bit more spicy.
It is indeed. Look at all that one down there. We've lost Michael Barry and Rob Lundgren, unfortunately. Not quite sure what happened to Michael there, but I think he may have been involved in the same incident. That's
pretty tame, to be honest, too. I was expecting more. So, who's that running wide in the Automech car?
It's Mias, isn't it? Number 23. He's one of the only drivers that seems to keep the same number from race to race. It's just an absolute rainbow of MX5s coming through that little left-right section as we look at some of the Northern Lights racing with GT Omega cars there. Really spot-on livery that they've got on that car. It looks absolutely striking. I think it was done by Hazy Designs, Carl Hayes. Always does a good job.
Slow down for lane. Must be a slow down. It's just had to check up massively. Going into that one. Oh, I'm hearing more contact.
Yeah.
Where is that? In front or behind? Who knows?
Could be anywhere, mate. I think it was number 24. Is that Craig Jones? No, Carl Hardy is number 24. He's one of the result cars. Bit of crash there for Greg Giles.
Yeah, having an absolute Larry moment there. But the front three really separated apart all of a sudden. And it's just this mid-pack, really, from Jordan Giddings that starts to bunch it all back up again.
That was one of the Northern Lights cars going into the pits, I think,
yeah,
was it?
Ben,
Ben Carina. Oh, there's an incident in the background as well. I think some of the guys wanted to come down the pit lane and got caught out the people that weren't going in the pit lane then. I'm not quite sure what happened with that one. If we look at these boys down the straight, that's Stelian Chepelevsky, John Roberts, Jamie Ayres, and on the outside there, that's car number 15, that's Tyler Lugo Vickery. Bit of contact in turn 1.
Yeah, sorry, it was Roberts, wasn't it? It was,
yeah.
For a minute, trying to go back through the middle of the pair of them, and I was like, is that going to work?
Oh, got another Lights car around.
Yep. That's William Daniels, yeah.
Just seeing him doing the nice little nosedive down the timing screen. Adam Hedgecock, great first lap. He was 1.5 seconds quicker than the guy behind him, Greg Giles. Sorry, I can't do maths, it seems. 1.2 seconds quicker than him. I apologise to Greg. Wasn't that much of a deficit. As we look here at Michael Key, he's in a battle with Peter Knowles in the nice white and pink livery there. There are quite a lot of Northern Lights cars knocking about, as you can see, as one of them goes down the inside there. That's number 101, Craig Cameron. He was the highest mover in race 1, if I remember rightly anyway. And, Adam McNally. There's Hickling around in the foreground there.
Just got a little helping hand in here around there. Yeah, looking at the movers and shakers already. So it's Giddings up 12 spots to third place, and then Stelian Chepelevsky, the equivalent number behind as well. So those guys are absolutely going for it out there. Biggest losers so far, Peter Knowles down 10 spots, David Ayres down 10 spots as well. He's still under pressure from his teammate.
Anwar Smith's also gone up 12 places, but my mate Craig Evans, 13 positions gained, biggest move of the race so far. Go on, son. Doing an absolutely sterling job so far. Good to see him back, and he's good to see him back and performing as well. as we look at Adam McNally there, still carrying the St George's Cross in the boot to remind me where he's from. He also made the trailer and intro for this series, did a smashing job with the video editing on that one. As we look at Jack Ashton now under pressure from 07, which is Dan Hunt, BSR veteran. He's been in pretty much every series they've done as far as I know.
I think so.
And that's also in the battle there, William Daniels with them. We saw William facing the wrong way before, so he's trying to make amends and get back up the pack side by side with Dan all the way around this right-left section now. Who's going to get the best run through onto the back straight? There's a little bit of a slide there for Jack.
Got Malcolm. Looks like he's under the cosh from John Roberts. Roberts having a little look up the inside. This will be for 6th place. He can pull it off. And, yep, straight through. Jordan Hicklin's ahead of, Giddings. Ahead of him now. So, quite sure why Jordan's livery's not showing up, but he's down as a Northern Lights Racing GT Omega car.
Yeah, I was going to say I've got him in the V Racer livery at the moment, the black and blue one.
Same. Get it uploaded to Trade-in Paints, Jordan. That's where that's the service we use for the league.
Oh, is that John spinning? Yeah, it is. Roberts is around there.
How did he do that? What was that? Was that self?
Yeah, I think he may have just caught the curb as he got onto the brakes. So I think when he's just turned it in. Oh, it's just as he's put more pressure on the brakes, the front end's just dug in, hasn't it? And he's taking him around. It's a real shame that for John. He makes sure he safely rejoins there.
Easily done.
Now he's with Ralph Cullinan, and that's number 76 car in front of him. That's going to be Alex Roby in one of the Youth Energy cars. As Cullinan gets a bit of grass tracking on there, there's a few cars side by side behind them as well. And that was the likes of Kip Stevens and Adam Broughton Grant's in there as well with Lorne Murray. It's just great scraps all through the field as we see every single week with these guys. It's really entertaining racing, isn't it?
It's just always so close. No matter who you are, there's someone for you to race out there. And right now, Tobias Journey, of course, finished in 3rd place in the last race. He's in 22nd. He has moved up 13 spots. But, yeah, long way to go to move forward. Just the size of our reverse grid. I'm hearing more contact. Again,
I was going to say that might have been...
Oh, I think it probably was from behind. They're very, very close. But it's also very, very close ahead too, with Taylor Lane.
Probably some of these boys here in this massive gaggle of cars going down to turn 1. It was quite an interesting shot to see them all sort of struggling for grip. Obviously the MX5 is not the most aero-heavy car in the world, but through turn 1 you can really see these things hopping and skipping around, people trying to get them on the brakes and get it turned in. There's really good battle behind these guys. That's number 24, Carl Hardy. I'm going to remember his number going forward now, since I got it wrong before. He's in there relying.
Roberts in the thick of things again.
And there was that 76 around behind them there. That was Alex Roby spinning as well. I'm not sure whether he got help.
Oh, and I'm seeing Carl Hardy dropping down the order like mad. Don't come back on the circuit in the way. Jeez, that was close. That could have been a big one. So
John got lucky there. I think that, to be fair, he just about skimmed. I think he might have traded paint on the wing mirrors a little bit. Oh, that's number 35. That's Craig Evans, is it?
Is so much for up all those spots, Jazz. You cursed him. He's still up 8. He's still up 8 spots, 7. He needs to get back onto the circuit. Where's he going?
Oh, he's used to grass. He lives in Scotland. It's all right.
Oh, that's surely going to be a black flag. You can't cut out that much of the circuit and not get away with it. I know he'll get slowed down at least, but he's still up 4, so it's not too bad.
There's Cherney going past there as well. That's the number 5 car in there as well. That's Ryan Walker who saw doing. Actually, it was these two that they were battling together in race 1, wasn't it? Ryan Walker and Craig Evans. So he's going to be sick of seeing the back of that MX5 now, is Ryan?
Yeah, indeed. This for 4th place as well. Giddings and Giles. That's pretty close. I need to pick up on a little point in the fact that Stelin Chepalevsky has hunted down Hedgecock in the last few laps. A huge amount of time, really. So
yeah, he's putting the pressure on, isn't he? He's gained 14 spots, did the fastest lap of the race last time around, 55.8, just like he was at Montreal. He's about he's at least a second faster than anyone that's next up. He's putting absolute corkers.
You can just see that on the graphic that's on screen as well right now. You can see where Stillin's having to go through the traffic, and then he just starts to hunt him down as well. He's right on there now and having a little look for a potential move here up the side.
Great stuff as always from Stellian.
Straightforward, really. Adam, I get the sense from Adam, he didn't want to defend that too much. He can probably hang on. He's got enough pace to hang on to Stellian here, and should guarantee himself a podium spot, which will be, well, decent clutch of points.
That's if Stellian doesn't go grass tracking any more than he has.
Well, this is because he's been doing too much rallycross. You see, obviously Stellian, one of the rallycross world championship drivers out there, been very, very strong since rallycross has been released in that series. So, and yeah, showing us he prefers off track compared to on track.
Well, he does a bit of rally driving in real life as well. I'm pretty sure I've seen quite a lot of his posts on his Facebook page of I think he drives a Saxo actually, with some rallying, or at least he used to. He's certainly got his experience in that, so it's good to see that it's applying well, not just in rallycross, but to the MX5 as well, actually. He can always mix it up, I imagine, as that airs down the inside of Hedgecock there, really late on the brakes, but he gets it stopped in time, it seems. That's going to be the change for second place.
I don't really know how he did that move, to be honest. 1 minute there was plenty of time between them, and all of a sudden he's through. I look down and he's passed. I'm going to see if I can just get a replay on screen, because I want to see it. I want to see it myself.
I don't think he gave Adam much choice. I mean, he went down the inside, but I think Adam really had nowhere to go. I think Adam just sort of, he just concedes it there, which is good driving from Adam, to be fair. He's got a clever head on him when it comes to these situations. He'd rather sort of, I mean, he's going to know that Jamie's quicker than him in this scenario, hence how he got such a move done, and now he's got a gap on him. So it's just down to keeping your head and just thinking, well, I'm still third. I mean, at the end of the day, he's got an 8-second gap back to Greg Giles behind him. So you're going to be thinking at this point, that podium's safe. We know that Adam's quick, so I'm sure he'll be happy with that after his misfortune in race 1.
Don't often go into the blimp cam very much, but I felt like this little pack deserved a little bit of attention, as you can just see the snake going further and further back. It's the only way we can cover all of what's going on in that pack. Look at it. It's immense.
Fantastic, isn't it? This is just the perfect picture to just show you how good the racing is in this series. As we've got, I think, the first Automet car there you're looking at is Scott Malcolm. Then you've got Dan Hunt behind him. The black and green car that's third in the train is going to be Jack Ashton. Oh, sorry, not black and green. It's dark blue and green because it's Youth Energy. And then behind him, you've got Anwar Smith, his teammate, William Daniels, Adam McNally, Jack McIntyre, Craig Cameron, Tobias Cherney, Taylor Lane, and then you've also got Craig Evans, Ryan Walker, Tyler Lugo Vickery, and it's never ending, as they're all concertinaing up now at the front.
They're about to go 3 wide there, aren't they, as well? Maybe 4.
Who's that coming through the middle? That's Anwar Smith. Look at him go.
Oh,
now they're 4 wide.
No.
Really? Anwar Smith, though, with the pinpoint through the middle. Look at that. What a move. Fantastic stuff. Between the middle of Scott Malcolm and Dan Hunt there.
They're 3 wide behind as well.
That's McIntyre down the inside. McNally's running wide. That's Taylor Lane in the Northern Lights car. As they're all on the brakes, there's contact there between McIntyre and Ashton. The two Jacks hitting each other.
Running wide.
Dan Hunt's been disqualified, I believe, there. He's just disappeared off the screen.
Yeah, he has.
Unfortunate there for Dan, as Taylor Lane gets a bit of a slide on. You've still got McNally and McIntyre side by side now, with the other Jack as well in front of them. Jack Ashton going to go 3 wide down next. Adam seems to have got a bit of a run, but he's got the longer line around the outside. So have a look what he can do as they get on the brakes. He's broken a little bit early to play it safe. McIntyre starts to wobble wide. You saw Jack notice then as he slammed on the brakes. Make sure he avoided him. McNally wide on the entrance to the corner. There's a big gaggle of Northern Lights cars behind this as well. But this is just frantic stuff. It's great. I can't imagine what it's like in one of them little MX5s as we look at Giddings then catching up with number 30. That's going to be it is Rob Graham. Sorry.
Yeah, round the outside then. If he can get enough of an overlap, he'd have the inside, but he hasn't. Although I thought Graham was just going to give him a little sniff of the inside line there, but closes the door halfway around the corner. This will be a good result for Graham if he can hold on to top 5 position, as Giles runs just a little bit off track ahead as well, but he's too far away for him to be able to get any slipstream, so he's going to have to nail the exit here. Well, the pack in the background.
It's crazy, isn't it? They're going on to the last lap now.
Straight through.
Giddings has got
Stallion
a good run.
started his last lap, but yeah, like you said, Giddings surely is going through here.
Oh, I think there was two Northern Lights cars. Oh, the door banging in the straight line there, Jordan and Rob. There was two Northern Lights cars going slow. One was on the inside of the track. You can see him further back. That's Craig Evans as we look at the number 43 car, which is Taylor Lane.
Yeah.
I must have got two of them confused earlier, actually, because I think I was on about the number 12 car. I thought that was Taylor Lane, but that's William Daniels, sorry, so apologies to them pair. Oh, no, that's Cameron and Ashton making contact there. I think Ashton came across to the right a little bit.
Oh, he's in the... No!
Oh. Stay there, stay there, stay there.
That's
You're
it,
all right.
yeah. Find the reverse gear and go, Jack. Unfortunate, that one. Giddings did get past Rob Graham, unfortunately. I think we kind of knew that one. He was already through, wasn't he, when we flipped away?
Anwar's got past him as well, though.
Ah, yes, you're right.
Anwar's got past both of them. 29 places gained for Anwar Smith there. You can see why he won 2 races at Montreal. We've got some big movers in this one, to be fair. That's what we get from these reverse grids. Jack McIntyre's got 29 places gained. Stephen Baxter's got 26. Tobias Journey 22. It's just great because these boys, we know that there's a big spread of talent in this field, but it's down to the people who've got the patience to get through it cleanly, and that's what they're showing they do as we look at race leader Stelian Chepelevsky. He is one of those guys that just always gains places in these reverse grid races.
Yep, great race for Stallion, up 15 spots. Believe he got the fastest lap. No, he didn't actually. Jamie Ayres, I think, has got the fastest lap of the race. No, I correct that. It is Stallion by a full 1 second.
I was going to say no one else has gotten 55s, have they? Yeah. Just scrolling down the list then. Outstanding stuff. Brilliant as always. Stelian Chepelevsky taking the win. Jamie Ayres, his teammate, finishing in second. It looks like Adam Hedgecock, who I believe he's 12 seconds. I believe he's 12 seconds ahead of Giles. Actually, sorry, I read that the wrong way around on the time screen. But Adam Hedgecock finishing at the podium, great result. Really good result for Greg Giles, though. He's going to be happy with that as Giddings actually gets ahead of Anwar Smith at the end of the race. So he's going to be happy to have pulled that one back with McIntyre and Graham behind them. McNally, Craig Cameron, not Jack Regan, sorry, Stephen Baxter again now. Scott Malcolm, Tobias Cherney, Nick McCarron, Kip Stevens, Ross Strain, Ryan Walker, Adam Broughton Grant. Just endless stream of cars coming across the line. And yeah, that was a really, really exciting race there in the mid-pack. As we saw from this beautiful blink cams, just an absolute train of cars, and they were swapping places all over the place. I really enjoyed that one. You just see the last few stragglers coming across the line now. That's Steve Hefford there. I'm not quite sure what happened to him actually. He's finished down in 32nd place. Must have been involved in an incident somewhere.
It's not what we're used to seeing at all, is it?
There's the man of the moment though, Stelian Chepelevsky. Great win in race 2. Good
sort of camera angle.
He's giving it a bit of a drift on the last sort of on the cool down lap.
So you're not in your rallycross car now, mate.
Yeah. They're good fun to slide about. To be fair, these little MX5s, they're quite good when you get used to how to control them.
Right, I have got the classifications up on screen. Take it away.
So, as we just saw then, Stelian Chepelevsky takes the win in race 2 ahead of teammate Jamie Ayres. I believe that's 1-2 finishes for Momo tonight, so they're going to be happy with that one. And it's different drivers on both occasions as well. Adam Hedgecock rounds out the podium in 3rd place. Greg Giles is the highest placed AM driver ahead of Jordan Giddings in 5th. Anwar Smith is 6th, with Jack McIntyre up 30 places to finish in 7th place. What a drive that is by Jack. Rob Graham, really respectable 8th place there ahead of Adam McNally, and Craig Cameron rounding out the top 10. Stephen Baxter is 11th, with Scott Malcolm really good in 12th. Tobias Cherney 13th, Nick McCarron 14th, Kip Stevens 15th. Ross Strain finishing 16th with Ryan Walker in 17th. Ahead of Adam Broughton Grant in 18th. Tyler Lugo Vickery, sorry, I will get your name right one day, mate. 19th place there with Ralph Cullinan rounding out your top 20. Law Murray was 21st, with John Roberts recovering back to 22nd after his spin. Craig Evans 23rd, with Jack Ashton 24th. Gregory Vranks, 25th, with Gareth Hickling 26th. Taylor Lane 27th, Benjamin Mears 28th. David Ayres 29th, and Max Wright rounding out the top 30. Craig Jones 31st, with Steve Hefford in 32nd. Peter Van Gool 33rd. Mick Barry 34th, Ben Creaner 35th, and Michael Key 36th. And the cars that were non-classified according to the timing screen anyway is William Daniels, Daniel Hunt, Carl Hardy, Alex Roby, Peter Knowles, Lee Berridge, Addy King, and Rob Lundgren, who we saw get, well, let's say assaulted at the start. He ended up rolling it over, didn't he?
Indeed. It was quite close in the AM category when you just look at the AM results on their own as well. Giles binning it from Giddings by 700ths of a second there. Rob Graham was only 1.3 back, so very close for who took the honours in the AM, but that's your podium right there as well.
Good to see Greg getting a good result as well. Mentioned a few times before, he was a teammate of mine in the Daytona 24 Hours earlier in the year, so it's nice to see him back in on the action and getting an AM win today. Good stuff.
Just hearing back that John Roberts' actually little mistake was he had a double downshift going into that corner, and it just sent the car around. You know what it's like when it does that as well. So, nightmare.
Yeah.
Right, let's get this wheel spun, and we will work out. What am I doing?
Story of my life.
I'm just in all kinds of wrong buttons. Here we go. Oh, we lost the small. Oh, you know what? We could be the same. Well, it's not going to matter, frankly, which one of the two that it lands on. They're both as big as each other, so it's a full -4 once again. But we were the opposite side of the wheel this time.
Okay, that is going to mean... Now, this is an interesting front row, because we were saying about how the Momo boys have been getting on. Peter Van Gool takes pole position from Steve Hefford. So it's a Momo front row, with Craig Jones in third and Max Wright in fourth.
They worked that one nicely, didn't they? That's for sure.
Good stuff for them, yeah, definitely. So maybe we'll see another Momo 1-2 in the third one, but you never know. It's plenty of boys behind them that'll be queuing up to try and give them a go. So we'll see you again in about 10-15 minutes when the next session goes up on iRacing Live and Apex Racing TV.
this year of the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. Will it be Tim Hogan? It's going to be Christopher DeMerrick at the line. year at the Indy Moto Speedway. Will it be Tim Hogan? It's going to be Christopher DeMary at the line.
Welcome back to Apex Racing TV and iRacing Live and the international, the Indianapolis Motor Speedway for the BSR MX5 Summer Series. I'm Chaz Draycott alongside Alex Simpson, and you join us for race 3 of the night out of 4. We've got another reverse grid in front of us with 2 of the Momo cars on the front row. So, Alex, do you reckon they can get another 1-2 in this one?
I think they've got every opportunity. Both drivers very, very quick. And yeah, who they got? I mean, Craig Jones, he's going to have his work cut out to try and get him in between them. Max Wright as well, good driver. But yeah, those boys are just extremely fast, so they're favourites. Just need to get a good start, I feel.
Yeah, I'm sure they'll do a good job of it. So we've got Peter Van Gool and Steve Heft on the front row. Craig Jones and Max Wright 3rd and 4th. Then it's loads of AM drivers actually. David Ayres, Benjamin Mears, Taylor Lane, Gareth Hickling, Gregory Vranks, Jack Ashton rounding out the top 10. And then my mate Craig Evans is 11th with my other friend, John Roberts 12th. So hopefully those boys can gain some places, or at best, stay where they are and get some good points on the board. So the red lights are coming on. And the green lights are on. That was very, very quick to be fair, as the 2 Momo boys make a really good start off the line. Peter Van Gool leading the way. It looks like Steve Hefford might have got a better run. The number 27 car, Craig Jones, didn't get as good a run as Max Wright there. Max going around the outside as there's one of the Northern Lights boys there. That's number 32, Taylor Lane. Benjamin Mears getting a proper slide on the outside there as well as they all break down into turn 2. Oldfield concertina's up. I'm going to keep my eye on the timing screen as well, just to see if anyone drops down. Everyone's seeming to avoid contact so far, but there's the jinx. Oh, there's a car spinning there. White and blue car. I think that was one of the teammates of Greg Giles. I recognise the livery. Tyler Lugo Vickery. I've still not got your name right, mate. Sorry. He's gone around somewhere as well. That's
Lane as well.
Yeah, one of the Northern Lights boys there stopped on the inside. A couple of cars been taken out in that first one, but no major incidents. Just seems like a little bit of contact here or there. And we've seen how easy it is to turn this MX5 around as Ryan Walker there off for a trip over the grass. Comes out of that 3 wide there, one of his teammates involved there. That's number 37 there, that's going to be, I believe that's Kip Stevens trying to go through the middle behind them. As they're on the brakes, a bit late there for Ryan, but he makes it around the corner. Stephen Baxter's in there with 2 of the Momo boys, that's McIntyre and McCarran. Everywhere you look in the field, there seems to be a good spread of sort of, no offence to anyone, but like the quicker drivers, sort of they all tend to spread themselves out through the field, don't they?
Yeah, it just seems to be the way, you know, those guys, some were able to make their way through the field a little bit better, and of course they get pushed back. And there's some tactical driving in that second race, you know, to also, well, actually I'll play on this kind of a reverse grid, so this will put me in better stead to get towards the front a little bit quicker in race 3. So there's a lot of tactics going on there. Oh, that's going to be 4 wide.
Yep, McIntyre makes it 4 wide down the inside then. So who's he got next to him then? Trying to look at car numbers as we go down the straight. Number 21, Ross Strain. Jack McIntyre, obviously, as we just said, is in there as well. You've got Ralph Cullinan, Lorne Murray, and Adam Broughton Grant. I think David Ayres is in that somewhere as well. He's the Result Clothing car with the white roll cage and the white wheels. And that's Nick McCarran at the back of that group. Everyone checking up. Down the inside there, Kip Stevens. That was on Ryan Walker into the double right-hander. 3 wide through there. It's not going to work. Stephen Baxter just avoids contact with the number 21 car of Ross Strain there. Great stuff by all them guys to get through that safely. They're 3 wide in front. That's Lorne Murray in the middle of that with Jack McIntyre. And as they go around the corner, it all sort of overlaps and becomes 2 by 2.
Just no way to keep up with what's going on out there, really. Oh, there's Murray. He just slides through. And then it's Rafe Cullen and Craig Jones just behind them. That's who we're seeing on Blue Flag Racing. Behind them, we've got Gregory in the Automatic Notting Hill car. Quite close at the front between the 2 teammates as well. We don't need to disregard these guys. I feel they might change position a couple of times in this race, but it'll all be part of their tactics. I'll tell you what, great a couple of laps from Max Wright in 3rd place. He's able to go with these guys. If they do have a little battle amongst themselves, then he might have half a sniff still.
Yeah, he's doing really well in this car, is Max Wright. He's as we cut to that's John Roberts involved there. That was Jack Ashton as well, getting a 2nd hit from somebody. There's another car going down the order with them as well. I can't see it because it's going so quickly down my time screen. But there's yeah, quite a few of them flying down the order there, unfortunately. As we look at well, the big gaggle of cars, there's Kip Stevens in there, Anwar Smith, Craig Cameron as well. Jordan Giddings is coming alongside Jack Ashton. There's another change for the lead. Van Gool goes back ahead of Steve Hefford. But you're right, Max Wright isn't dropping away from these boys, is he?
Still a half a second behind, right in the battle box. Of course, those that don't know about the overlay and how it works, that battle box comes up when the driver's within a second, and it won't disappear until they drop beyond 1.5 seconds. So gives you an indication of how close the drivers are. But yeah, 7/10 right at the moment, so all good. Who's done what as far as me? Wow, who is this? This is Jack McIntyre, up 22 places already. We're only on lap. We've just started lap 3.
That's insane. It just really shows you the pace and the consistency of Jack McIntyre. He's just one of those guys that gets the moves done. I mean, he's the previous champion of this. He won the Spring Series as well recently, only a couple of weeks ago at Alton Park. And he's just always there and thereabouts. I mean, I always remember back to Charlotte Road Course. That's just what a meeting that was for him. It was just constant gaining positions, winning races, and he was always up there. Just another point as well to make about Max Wright. He's actually done the fastest lap of the race so far. He's done a 1:55.1. Next guy is actually Steve Hefford, did a 1:55.3. So he's not a massive amount ahead, but like I say, he's still, at the end of the day, he's got the fastest lap of the race, and that's the one that matters. So fair play to him.
Yeah, good lap. That was the last lap as well that he did that. So impressive indeed.
We see Rafe Cullen putting Stephen Baxter under pressure here, having a good little scrap together. Well, there might have been a touch in the background there. It was Anwar Smith. It was on the 21 car, as that's number 27 there. Craig Jones coming under pressure as well. Ryan Walker's getting involved in that with Nick McCarron behind them. Stelian Chepolevsky's in that battle as well behind them there. As we hear contact, Ryan Walker gets the move done. Craig Jones loses another spot to McCarron there as well. I'm sure Chepolevsky's going to make sure of that. He goes through too.
Oh, fastest lap of the race. And that is for McIntyre. McIntyre? Oh, he's on fire.
He's on fire, yeah.
Yeah, McIntyre with a 1:54.7.
He's 1 point. He's that's just ridiculous. He's 1.1 seconds quicker than anybody else's lap so far. That's just absolutely mental. Absolutely mental stuff.
I mean, he's 10 seconds back, so he's not gonna. No, he's not 10 seconds back at all, Alex. He's 7.9 seconds back. If we just quickly bring up the gap. So, unfortunately, it's not enough to get to the front at that pace. Even if he does maintain the 1.1 seconds, he wouldn't get to him. But yeah. He could still get. He's just struggled to get 3rd as well. So, 4th is about the best he's going to do.
Yeah. Well, they've got Gareth Hickling in front of him. You can visually see him catching him as he goes around just this section. So, I imagine it's not going to take him a great amount of time to get past, but it's just a great display of his constant pace. He's always quick, and when we watch him in this car, it's just no offense to the guy, it's not like spectacular. Like, he's not all over the place. He's not making it like look difficult. He just has such a smooth line about every single corner that he enters, and it's just the actual just sort of epitome of a great racer. Just always smooth and always quick, isn't he?
Yeah, that's why he makes it through. As they're battling behind, that's Walker and Stevens. Very, very close.
Stevens chucks it down the inside, backs out of it a little bit.
Sorry, had to switch up to the Ross strain as he was
all
going
good.
for a move as well on Rafe Cullinan.
Anwar Smith and
little
Nick
battle.
McCarron really pounced. He cut that corner a bit there.
Oh, he's hit the wall.
Cullinan got a bit of the wall as well, so Anwar's going to pounce on that. I wouldn't have been surprised to see Ross get a slowdown there, actually, as he cut quite a lot of that last corner, as we see McIntyre make the inevitable move up to 4th place there. Gareth Hickling's still the highest placed AM driver as well by about 6 positions, so he's doing a fine job there in 5th place overall.
And as we check that, Smith did get through. Strain held on.
Really is a circuit that grows on you, is this as well, by the way, just to say.
Yeah, I tell you what, it looked like a lot of fun to race, I think. And this is what we noticed. Oh, who's that? McCarron. Yeah. And I think there's something else going on further back. Oh, that's
yes.
Scott Malcolm. Just nowhere for got to go.
Craig Jones was involved in that one with him.
Oh,
yeah,
and
Craig's got some serious issues there.
Massive damage, so that's that done for him, which is a shame.
Anwar now really on the back of Ross Train down the straight. He's got a really smooth exit there. He's going to carry the speed. Tries to go to the left. Decides he's got to go to the right. He's going to go all the way out to the white line. Maybe a little bit later on the brakes. Giving each other plenty of room.
Tried to carry it around the outside, didn't he? But actually Ross took a decent amount of speed in, full commitment, made sure he was clear so he could cover up the next corner. Difference in lines. Stay on board through this final section. I haven't really seen too much this lap actually from on board tonight.
Just going to say as well, that can be the difference between so much pace around a track like this, because there are so many corners to sweep from one to the next. Just carrying the right line and the right pace through each one consistently again and again can make such a huge difference to your lap times.
Exactly.
Not to mention a slipstream.
that does help. Just because obviously they lead into the next, and then like you say, there's a fairly decent straight off of most of these sort of switchback sections as well. So looks like Smith is going through, but also Craig Evans and Lorne Murray having a good little battle. Murray going to hold on to that one. Let's just make sure Smith did complete that move, and yes, he did.
We've got Cherney behind Evans and Murray as well. That's Kip Stevens getting a bit of grass on the go alongside Craig Cameron. He's got 2 Northern Lights cars chasing him down there. The other one is the number 12 car of William Daniels, not to get confused with Taylor Lane like I was in the last race. Behind them is Rafe Cullinan and Jack Ashton.
Just having a quick look down the timing screen to see where the closest battle is, and I think this. Oh, well, it's there now. As Cullinan has to check up to avoid William Daniels, and Jack Ashton is alive to the opportunity. And
definitely, I was just giggling at that.
Yeah, just boom, straight through. There you go.
I think actually, to be fair, Rafe may have helped Mr. Daniels on his little slide there, so I think Jack just thought, oh, there's a gap there, I'm going to go for that, and made it work, didn't he?
Yeah, no problems, no hesitations. Benjamin Mears just dropped a place as well. I'm seeing that on the live timing. So he's actually down 19 spots in this race, so not at all what he wanted to do. Tobias Cherney up to 9th on screen now. Well, we haven't seen too much of Tobias after the first race. Just gently ticking away, scoring the points. And I think, again, could get up. There's a good 3-4 spots. Potential, no, 2 really. I don't think he's going to get the guys ahead. They're just too far ahead. But good couple of places here, and a 7th wouldn't be a bad result. To boot, he'll be hoping for a small reverse grid if he can get there, though.
Yeah, definitely. For the last one, you'll just want to keep, like you say, keep consistently scoring the points. He runs a little bit wide, maybe makes a bit of contact with Craig Evans there, but Craig seems to be struggling a little bit. He did seem to lose a bit of time to Lorne Murray last time round. He takes a bit of a tight line there. Might open him up to Stephen Baxter as they come onto this little sort of oval section here as they come down into the next right-hander. Sorry, left-hander. I got my corners a bit mixed up there. But Tobias will be hoping to get past Lorne sooner rather than later and just see whether he can mount a challenge on the guys ahead. He's going to be trying to chase down Gareth Hickling, who still is...
1.5 laps to do, that's the thing. He's going to need them to have some mammoth battle to happen. You can even see it on the mini-map where they are as well. There's sort of clear daylight between them. So
Yeah.
it's going to be very, very tough. Like I say, these two are going to have a battle, or something's going to have to go on in front of them that's going to check him up just a little bit. But he is trying to make that move on Murray round the outside. Got the overlap. That'll turn into the inside. Just needs to hug it. The inside curb. Oh, who is that? That is Craig Evans. He was desperately trying to get out the inside of the Automech car as well. Couldn't quite manage to make it stick. Now, Toby's going to need to make sure that he can pull a half a second here really through this final sector. Otherwise, it's going to be a bit of a sitting duck, and I feel Murray might just get straight back past him here.
Yeah, I was going to say.
Oh,
as
he's
well,
done it. He's done it as well. 7/10 as he exit that final corner. Great job. Needed that.
Yeah.
Craig Evans.
Really, really smooth exit.
He's got the run, surely. Although it's actually Murray who seems to be pulling away down the straight.
I was going to say as well there, it seems it was good of Craig to get out of that because he was down the inside of Lorne and you saw him slam on the brakes quite hard, but I mean I think we wouldn't be too scared to admit, although down the inside there, Stephen Baxter threw on the brakes on the left-hander, and is he going to go for Lorne on the right? He's not, but Lorne gets a slide on, he's going to go round.
Well,
he's still pointing the right way.
I'll tell you what, that could have ended quite the opposite way around. Actually, everyone just sort of straightened each other up there, didn't they?
Yeah, definitely. That helped out Craig Evans as well, because that could have ended really badly for him, and especially Anwar Smith, who's right behind now. But I was going to say just a moment ago, we probably know quite a lot of people that wouldn't have backed out like Craig did there in that manoeuvre, and probably turned Lorne Murray, even though it would have been accidental. So fair play to him for that. It's very gentlemanly racing. But he's got the aggressive Anwar Smith behind him now. As we look back to race leader Steve Hefford, he's had a quiet one with his teammate Peter Van Gool in second.
Yeah, good run from Van Gool. Max Wright still in third. He's just off screen, but you can see on the mini-map he's not far behind at all. 2.7 seconds is the interval between him and Van Gool, so good job from him. McIntyre can't get close enough to make it a 1-2-3 for Momo, but he gave it his best shot, didn't he? Up 23 places. Yeah,
he's the only driver to get into the 154s as well. And not only has he done that as like a 54.9, but he's done it at a 54.7, and that makes 3 Momo cars in the top 4. And as Steve Hefford comes across the line ahead of his teammate Van Gool, they're going to do a nice formation finish.
No, he's letting him go. He's going to go through. No, he's not. Yes, he is. No, he's not.
Oh, is he? It's like Barrichello and Schumacher in 2001, 3, whatever year it was, and Van Gool takes the win. But that's 3 Momo 1-2s in a row, and these boys are really stamping down their authority on this championship today. As we look at Anwar Smith and Craig Evans coming across the line, who's going to get that one? That's very close.
Oh, I don't know.
Anwar got it. Anwar got that in the end.
It's showing 100th of a second on my timing screen, but I think it's less than that actually. It's just it's just round. Yeah, it's just rounded.
Yeah, I've got 0.003, so I've got 3 thousandths on that.
Yeah, that was taste.
Great stuff. As we see,
who's this? Peter Knowles trying to shape up on Scott Malcolm. Ah, he's got that one easy. Yeah, well, I say easy. Again, 600ths of a second that one. Yeah, see, relatively tame compared to what we just saw.
Come on, boys, make it closer. No, we're all joking. Yeah, as we see the last few guys coming across the line, it just shows still, no matter how long these races go on for, or how sort of many people there are, or how far down the field you are, there's so many battles everywhere that just take literally hundredths to decide across the line. And that's the beauty of a series like this. And I mean, to be fair, BSR does run a lot of great series like this where the competition is always close, and a lot of these drivers have raced with each other a lot in other BSR series, which does help out if I'm honest, because they know how sort of people's reputations and how they tend to drive together. So it's great to see that it can apply to cars like the MX5 and smaller series, as you could say, like this.
I wonder why Steve let him go there. Is that, do you know, are they already thinking about making sure all drivers are in on the showdown? Is that bonus points? wild card spots. What do you think the thoughts are?
Not sure on
Right.
that one actually. To be fair, because I was going to say we were saying before about the points systems in obviously larger series like this to give everyone something to fight for. These championships do give out quite a lot of points, and there's not a massive amount of points differences between positions. So I can't imagine it was, especially at this early stage, it wouldn't have been anything like that to help championship points wise. So I think you're right, really, with the showdown shout out there, because obviously race wins take it as he takes out the little cone there on the inside.
I
But
was going to say all on purpose as well. It's just like have it.
well, they put in a great effort. I think, to be fair, with Van Gaal starting on pole, I mean, it may even just be something as simple as that. Van Gaal started on pole,
Yeah.
the two of them were together, they helped each other out. Maybe Steve just went, no, go on, mate, you've done a cracking job this race, you have it. So, yeah, could be many things, but it's good to see the sportsmanship between teammates, though. It's always nice to see.
Right, results are heading up on screen now.
Brilliant. So, Peter Van Gaal takes the win from Steve Hefford there. Max Wright, fantastic result, finishing third. He did a really, really solid race there. Good stuff. Jack McIntyre finishing fourth, 23 positions gained. Absolutely fantastic as always. With Adam Broughton-Grant really pulling out a good result there, actually. Sort of sneaked his way into fifth place. Gareth Hickling is the highest AM driver, so congrats to Gareth on that one. With Tobias Cherney in seventh, Stephen Baxter in eighth, Lorne Murray ninth, and Anwar Smith in 10th. Literally thousandths between himself and Craig Evans in 11th. Gregory Vanks is second in the AM category, 12th overall. Ross Strain is third in the AM category, 13th overall, so well done to those both for making it onto their podium. Stelian Chaplewski's 14th with Ryan Walker 15th. Kip Stevens is 16th with William Daniels 17th, Craig Cameron 18th, Jamie Ayres 19th and Daniel Hunt in 20th. Ralph Cullinan is 21st with Nick McCarron 22nd, Ben Creaner 23rd. Jordan Giddings, I've still not got that right tonight, is 24th with Benjamin Mearson 25th. Jack Ashton 26th and Greg Giles 27th. Peter Knowles is 28th with Scott Malcolm in 29th and Carl Hardy is 30th. Adam McNally finishes 31st. Rob Lundgren 32nd. David Ayres 33rd. Michael Barry is 34th with Tyler Lugo Vickery. There we go, I got it right. He's 35th. Mickey Key is 36th. And the cars that aren't finished according to the timing screen, Craig Jones 37th. Alex Roby 38th. Rob Graham 39th. John Roberts in 40th. Adam Hedgecock 41st, and Taylor Lane 42nd, and Eddie King rounding out the field in 43rd.
Right, so final reverse grid of the night. Then. You get it done, get it spun.
I need to stop wishing people good luck. I do because I said good luck to John Roberts and Adam Hedgecock tonight, and they didn't finish that race, so I need to stop it.
Well, it's a smaller one.
Okay.
Not by much, though. 30th place.
Okay. Well, more than 30 cars finished on the lead lap, which is always nice to see. So that means that Carl Hardy and Scott Malcolm will be on the front row of the grid for the final race of the evening, ahead of Peter Knowles, and Greg Giles benefits from a reverse grid again. Jack Ashton will be 5th, and Benjamin Mearson will be 6th.
Once again, photo finish here at the Indy Moto Speedway. Will it be Tim Hogan? It's going to be Christopher DeMeritt at the line. finish here of the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. Will it be Tim Hogan? It's going to be Christopher DeMary at the line.
Welcome back to Apex Racing TV and iRacing Live, and welcome back to the Indianapolis Motor Speedway for the BSR MX5 Summer Series. My name's Chaz Draycott alongside Alex Simpson in the commentary booth, and you join us for the last race of the evening tonight. Alex, what do you reckon for this one? We've got a lot of AM drivers near the front, should be a good scrap.
Yeah, it will be good. Right little cluster, isn't it? So yeah, Carl Hardy, Scott Malcolm, Peter Knowles, Greg Giles, Ashton, Mears and Giddings are the AM drivers, and yeah, that could be quite interesting to see exactly how they're going to form up, really. I think we'll have a good race. All three so far have been great, and I'd expect nothing different. It's been a clean race meeting so far, a couple of little accidents, nothing major, and yeah, it's been fantastic. So let's just hope and touch wood, same again.
That's me touching wood really hard. So, red lights are on, green flag drops and they're away. Carl Hardy from pole position then. You can see that it's really windy in this last race as well. We were just talking about that, as you see the smoke get blown away quite quickly. Scott Malcolm's got a good start, actually. He's alongside Carl Hardy. It's the same with the second row as well. But obviously with it being a left-hand turn, well, Scott Malcolm's got it done around the outside though. Car on the inside there a little bit slow. That's number 41, Peter Knowles. He's held them up a little bit. They're 4 wide into that right-hander. I think there's a car around, a car or two. Yep. Oh, there it is. That's Jordan Giddings over.
We did curse it.
Yeah, we did.
Oh,
also the front two. The front two have made contact as it's an absolute traffic jam. Anwar Smith's in there. Steve Hefford's just gone in. McNally. It's not really easy for him to dodge that in that section. Peter Van Gool's been turned around in the middle of the straight and collected by Hedgecock. I told him not to give us a reason to laugh at him in the third and fourth races, but I'll have to point my finger at him for that one.
Literally just hear me just making all the kinds of grunt noise, like bosh, bosh, bash, boom. It's just like, where to look? People are not getting through. We have a lot of cars towed back to the pits as well. So Anwar Smith, Peter Van Gool, Jordan Giddings, Ben Creenot, Dan Hunt, Craig Jones, all back into the pits at the moment.
I think the car that got turned around there that was facing the wrong way was number 41, that was Peter Knowles. He started third on the grid, and I'm not sure who it was that he would have made contact with, but I think he just got turned around. It's the left-hander, either that or he lost it himself. But Scott Malcolm and Carl Hardy were up the front with Greg Giles still, but Carl Hardy's got the lead back and seems to be running away with it a little bit, actually, as it stands. Look a bit further down the field there. That's Stephen Baxter chasing down. Who was that in front of him? Craig Evans, as we see Craig Cameron and Kip Stevens having a bit of a battle into the last two corners. Kip really does take a bit of a tight line through there. He might get a slowdown for that, but you never know with iRacing, he might not. Adam Broughton Grant behind there, Benjamin Mears side by side as well in the Automat car. He's helping his teammate out, number 99, Gregory Vranks. But yeah, that first accident, it was a bit unavoidable for some of them though. I mean, we've had accidents before where we've shouted and cursed at people to slow down when they see an accident in front of them, but it was such a slow speed accident.
Oh, someone else off as well. It's Ross Strain. Ross Strain and Cullinan involved. Right, I'm very quickly going to get a little look at the replay. Who do you think where did it all sort of kick off from? Any ideas?
I'd say behind Jordan Giddings, because I saw Giddings go from that. So if we have a chase cam from someone behind Giddings, I think you'll probably see it all unfold. Yeah, Craig Cameron there. Yeah, that's a good show actually, because he's going to be behind. Because I think the two Momo boys in front of this got caught up in it. So you can see Scott Malcolm's around the outside there at turn 1. Knowles was slow on the left-hand side, so they went 4 wide there, and it was a contact between Giddings and then it ricocheted back across the track. Giddings got turned around, and yeah, contact between Knowles. He actually went into the side of the Automat car, and then around the outside, yeah, I think Smith got into was that Strain, and that turned him again into the traffic, and it was just a traffic jam from there and a roadblock.
Go one more time, and we'll just focus on Smith, and then we'll get back to the live action.
Just as an update as well, while this is going on, Nick McCarron's up to 3rd place. He's gained 6 positions so far. William Daniels has gained 9. Stelian Chepolewski's up to 6th place. Craig Evans has gained 12 places. It's all over the place really, but Carl Hardy's running away with it. He's done the fastest lap of the race, and he's about sort of 1.3 seconds quicker than anyone else on track at the moment as well. As we look back at the replay then, so you've got Anwar on his own there. I think that's Ross Strain in front of him, isn't it? He's got a different number for this race. Goes down the inside, sees the accident happening in front of him, slows it down a bit, yep, gets it stopped, fair play, nice avoidance. And then as they turn right, yeah, Strain's going to come out wide to avoid the Northern Lights car, and yeah, it's just so many cars in such a small space. It's hard to know who's around you really. It's difficult to tell, so.
And this is exactly what we said at the very start of the broadcast. We said that first sector where it really cuts back on itself. You know, it's so tight through there. There's only really the one line. The cars just track out, and there's nothing you can do about it. Yeah. And yeah, unfortunately, it bit a bunch of people hard there.
Definitely did. And it's also, I mean, a lot of these guys I know race on single screens as well, so it's very difficult to know what's going on around you in certain scenarios like that. So if you're going a little bit wider on a corner to avoid a car, the car that you're sort of going wide into might not know you're coming across, and it's just a bit of an unfortunate sort of circumstance really, but it's what happens in motorsport in real life as well, as we see Stelian Chepolewski in the background still making up places, and him and Nick McCarron, you know, are really looking strong in this one. The 2 red and green Momo cars, as Carl Hardy goes really wide in the hairpin, another red and green car, and Greg Giles inherits the lead, so he's been up there a couple of times tonight, so it's good to see Greg doing really well. But I was just going to say, McCarron and Chepolewski, I'm going to say they may get the 4th Momo 1-2 of the night here if these boys carry on the strong pace that they're on.
Yeah, quite possible. Standing up 13 spots, McCarron, I think he's got enough performance to get back to the lead. Carl Hardy, he's quick though. He might try and throw something in the mix for this one.
Yeah, definitely so. Just a quick shout out as well to Taylor Lane. He's currently the biggest mover in the field, 20 positions gained. Another one is Craig Evans as well. My mate's up into 7th place just behind this now. He's just behind his teammate William Daniels that we're looking at currently. As they're following, who's that? Scott Malcolm in front of them.
Yeah, I can't see quite Taylor Lane on the tower on the left, as Cherney puts in the fastest lap of the race, 1:54.8. But yeah, other big movers really. Hefford up 15, and yeah, Steve Baxter just showing us Regan on our stream as up 4.
I did it again, sorry, I got Taylor Lane mixed up with William Daniels, because I see number 12 and for some reason I think it's Taylor Lane and he's number 32. So apologies to them boys again, I always do that. I think I owe Craig one by now for getting his drivers mixed up so often. As Cheppy's up to 3rd. Cheppy just does this, doesn't he? He just sneaks past people, and when we cut back to him he's just gaining places. So McCarron's going to put the pressure onto Greg Giles now, and it's just a load of red and green cars. He's going to get confused as to who's chasing him down here.
Just going to watch the replay of exactly how Stellion got it done. Coming off back onto the oval section, just took the tighter line and yeah, carried the momentum through.
Yeah, it seemed Carl got a little bit of a wobble on, didn't it, as they went in. It's, oh, Greg runs wide, he's clipped the grass. Hopefully it doesn't rotate the car completely, keeps it under control, but The 3 red arrows have gone past him now, and yep, it's a Momo 1-2 at the front. I thought it might have been a bit early to call it, but 1 lap later, and here we are. It's down the inside there. Who was that? It was Craig Evans, I think, down the inside of Scott Malcolm.
No, Carl Hardy
and Giles. And that's Stephen Baxter going past Malcolm as well behind that. You've got Ryan Walker in there as well, looking to get some positions on the go. Oh, and that's... Oh, there's contact everywhere. That was Baxter and Malcolm. And in front of that was Hardy and William Daniels as he comes back on and loses it and gets clipped by Steve Hefford. Steve's not going to be happy with that one, but I think it was just in a panic. I think
exactly.
He just tried to get it going, didn't he? William Daniels just planted his foot and it's just rotated in front of Steve. Wrong place, wrong time for Steve Hefford, unfortunately. Second place in race 3 earlier. As we see the 2 Automat cars going down the straight. That's a slow Stephen Baxter in front of him. Not sure whether that's because of the incident. As it's Ryan Walker and Craig Cameron.
He's very, very slow.
Oh, he's got damage. Really bad damage, actually. You can see him wheeling away, and it's the car's leaning right. There's Cherney and Broughton Grant, Craig Cameron, Kip Stevens, Gareth Hickling and Ryan Walker. Just fantastic scrap here between these boys. Again, different lines through each corner that we can see here, just benefiting people in different ways. It depends who you're fighting against, I suppose, doesn't it? And what you're trying to get from the corner after it. You've really got to plan ahead on this track.
I think this reminds me in some sense to like Interlagos, you know, because every corner leads into the opposite corner at Interlagos, and it just means that the battles just can go on and on and on and on. But yeah, you're right. You absolutely have to be full of commitment when you go for a move. Yeah, you're going to be side by side for a little while.
Yeah, definitely so. And you don't want to be side by side for too long either, because you'll compromise you and the guy that you're battling against in the long run if people are chasing you down. So we look back at Lorne Murray and Steve Hefford. Steve's obviously going to be compromised by his damage. They've got his teammate Jamie Ayres in there as well. Although all 3 of these cars have got pretty second-hand front ends, and as the iRacing damage model does, it seems to look exactly the same in all 3 cars as well.
Can't wait for the new one that you shared the screenshots for today. That looks good. If you haven't seen it, everybody, take a look at their Facebook page. There's a rather destroyed Skip Barber that's been shared around. That yeah, I have to say, if every car ends up looking like that, it's gonna be great.
It means in terms of the damage, not crashed and absolutely destroyed, by the way.
Well, of course. Yeah.
But yeah, if you wanted a quick link on that, it's on iRacing's very own page as well. It's iRacing.com/road/new/damage. Sorry, hyphen instead of slash. Sorry, road new damage. If you want to try and check that one out. If not, we'll pop a link into the chat in a second. It's exciting to see iRacing making these steps forward as always. They always put a lot of effort into their content, so bear with them and they'll get us what we want. I've just put I've tried to put a link in the chat, but it's not letting me, so I'll focus back on what the task at hand. We've got Ryan Walker then on screen at the moment with Gareth Hickling and one of the Northern Lights boys behind him. That's Craig Cameron. Kip Stevens is there ready to pounce as well if they should come to blows. A little bit of contact between Stevens and Cameron there as well. This is the battle for 9th place between those pair. Gareth Hickling in 8th with Walker in 7th. And Stelian Chepelevsky is getting away from Nick McHerron, but Craig Evans is onto the podium. 17 positions gained. Great effort as always. Tobias Cherney's gained 19 places. Broughton Grant's gained 20. Some really good movers up there. Taylor Lane is still the highest mover. 23 places gained. It's nice to see the Northern Lights boys getting a good result here with Craig, the team owner and manager, flying the flag. Greg Giles is still up there as well in 4th. He's the top AM driver currently. Ryan Walker and Gareth Hickling, who we were just looking at a moment ago, complete that podium in the AM category.
Great job again for those guys. I was hoping Craig would have enough pace to be able to get onto the back of McHerron. He is quicker. I mean, he was a second or so quicker the last lap, but it's 2.6 seconds that he's got to close up on these guys now in what is now 2 laps, so he's going to absolutely have to go for it. I think if he was 1.9, then I would have said, well, he'd have been in the slipstream and I could have seen him getting there, but 2.6, 2.5, I just think it's going to be too much. And still McHerron's holding on to Stellian's draft as well, isn't he?
Yeah, they've just been in the class of the field tonight, haven't they, the Momo boys? They've just shown that teamwork really does help you out a lot. I mean, I know there's a few people that I've spoken to on iRacing before and in leagues like this where they don't sort of try to work together in terms of slipstreaming and stuff, even in qualifying. And it makes you wonder why. I mean, especially displays like this, like we've seen tonight, it's just, you have to do it. I mean, that's why you're in a team. You want to work together and get the best results for all your drivers all around. As in the background, you see Cherney and Giles there. Makes it round the outside. Giles still fighting his corner, though. He's putting a really good effort tonight. He's got Broughton Grant behind him, and he's still up in 5th place. Broughton Grant, one of the highest movers of the field tonight, and 6th overall. One more lap to do it, though. He may get that place from Greg, as behind that you've got Gareth Hickling on the back of Ryan Walker. Down the inside.
Good meeting from Walker. He posted in the chat as well, saying how much he was enjoying the racing tonight. And yeah, we haven't seen Ryan do much racing for a little while, actually.
Yeah, it's good to see him getting back out on track and putting the results in. He's been consistent. He's had pace. So for someone that's obviously not done it for a while, it's good to see that you can get back on it and not be so rusty. So fair play to Ryan tonight. He's done us proud as well at Apex, hasn't he?
Indeed, he has.
Oh, big slide from Giles, and he's put it in the wall.
Yeah.
And he's mounted it. Oh, he's got it back down, but it's not going straight, is it?
Car is damaged. He might be able to finish here. That's the thing. But it's just how many places is he going to lose in this final lap? Because 17th place is only sort of 7 seconds off of the... 13 seconds off of the lead. You can see it on the mini-map, sort of.
Yeah.
But they were a lot closer the last lap, so there must have been a bit of a battle going on in that pack somewhere. The last lap too.
Craig's going to really try and fight for this podium now. He's got Cherney behind him. Oh, Cherney clips the wall. You see the sparks coming off it there. Sounds like there's a car around.
McLaren just got past Stillion. So where Stillion looked, yeah, possibly. Stillion looked very comfortable in first place, about 8/10 of a second clear. Now all of a sudden it switches back. So have to wait and see. Cherney with a slightly better line off of the chicane. It's going to carry that momentum down the back straight. Was able to hold a much tighter line off of there as well. So
yeah, he's been good there.
He's going to have to go around the outside. We've seen him do a move around the outside already tonight, so he's practiced this one. Oh, it's late on the brakes though for Craig. Don't think he's quite got the overlap though. Oh, no. And now all of a sudden, Adam Broughton Grant going on the offensive, and Tobias has to cover up just a little bit.
Great scrap for the podium position then on the final lap. He nearly hits the back of Evans though. He's a bit later on the brakes. Cherney is really racy here. Surely he's going to have to chuck it down the inside and try and force Craig, not like hit him out of the way, but just force him out of the way. But he needs to be cautious of Broughton Grant as well, getting in on this. I don't think he's going to get it done, actually. He's going to hit the wall. Broughton Grant might get the run, but Nick McCarron is going to come across the line. And he's going to take the win on this one with Chepolewski in second. Great result by those boys. 4 1-2 finishes tonight for the Momo boys. That's brilliant. Craig Evans rounds out the podium. Fantastic result for Craig and the Northern Lights Racing boys. As we see one of the red arrows going across the line there with a nice little smoke screen. Oh, close there between Jamie Ayres and Gregory Franks. A great battle with Cherney and Broughton Grant and Evans there. That was some really good racing and nice and clean as well. As we see coming across the line, Rob Lundgren and Tyler Lugo Vickery.
That's kind of it. Everybody else is pretty much on their own.
There's your race winner, Nick McCarron. 4 wins out of 4 races tonight for the Momo boys. Absolutely stellar performance from all of them, and it was all different drivers at the front in each race as well, which was always nice to see. It's good variation in the drivers. It wasn't like 2 of them were just sort of running away with the same sort of results each time.
Yeah, they look like they worked this race and this meeting very, very well. So they always had people at the front.
There is obviously quite a bit of fortune involved with the Wheel of Fortune, of course. There's no there's no sort of repeating sort of algorithms or anything behind it. It's not even something that you can't write it, you can't make it up. So yeah, they've just had really good fortune with the reverse grids, but like I say, you can have as much fortune as you want, though. You've got to make it work on track, and that's exactly what they've done. So they're just showing that they're one of those really well-organised teams out there that put the effort in, and they just get the results, don't they? I mean, it's the only way you can sort of put it, really. They get the results, and that's what matters.
Yeah, exactly. And they're coming in. Oh, I wondered if they were going to start finish line to maybe get some donuts on. Of course, we haven't got the official classification because we had the one car that blew the motor but did cross the start finish line, so he should be trying to finish, shouldn't he?
Yeah, we've got Jamie Ayres there doing some donuts. There it is. Oh, it's John Roberts.
John Roberts, yeah.
Not a great meeting tonight for John. I think he got caught up in quite a lot of incidents, and obviously the state of that car.
So I don't think they realise that John is still effectively trying to finish this race. You know, they're all around him. Leaders have gone past.
He's going to get it there. At least he's made it on the stream. Fair play to you, John, for getting that thing home. That's yeah. I don't think I'd quite like to drive that, to be honest. You can see how much lock he's had to put on to keep it in a straight line. But there we go. I'm sure he'll want a stiff one after that. Determination, though, to get it across the line. Fair play to him, you've got to say that.
Yeah, job. Yeah, don't worry, Peter. We have already picked up the fact that you guys have got 4 1-2s this evening. Chat on YouTube. Right, final time tonight. Then, Chaz, take us through the race results.
So the 4th time out of 4 tonight, as we just said, the Momo guys get a 1-2 finish with Nick McCarron taking the win from Stelian Chepelevsky. Always quick as ever in 2nd place there. Craig Evans rounds out the podium in 3rd place for Northern Lights with Tobias Cherney 4th. Adam Broughton Grant gained up 21 positions there to finish in 5th. Gareth Hickling, the highest placed AM driver, with Ryan Walker behind him and Craig Cameron, those 3 guys making the AM podium. Max Wright, another good result in 9th place in car number 9 after gaining 19 places. Jamie Ayres finishes in 10th with Gregory Franks in 11th and Scott Malcolm finishing 12th. Law Murray was 13th with Benjamin Mears 14th, Steve Hefford 15th after that contact early on, with Kip Stevens in 16th and Taylor Lane 17th. William Daniels in 18th with Tyler Lugo Vickery in 19th and Rob Lundgren in 20th. Adam Hedgecock was 21st with Greg Giles in 22nd, Carl Hardy 23rd, Rob Graham 24th with David Ayres in 25th. Michael Barry was then 26th with Michael Key 27th. Peter Knowles 28th and Stephen Baxter 29th with Adam McNally in 30th. Not a fantastic meeting for Adam tonight, didn't see very much of him. Jack Ashton 31st with Ralph Cullen in 32nd, John Roberts, as we just saw crossing the line in a very smoky and battered MX5 in 33rd. And the cars that weren't classified were... Let's have a look. They've just gone off my screen, one sec. We've got Ross Strain, Jordan Giddings, Ben Creaner, Daniel Hunt, Anwar Smith, Jack McIntyre, Peter Van Gool, Alex Roby and Craig Jones. So that first incident really did take out a lot of the big hitters in that one, so it could have been a very different race if that wouldn't have come about. But another really entertaining night of racing, Alex, and obviously other than that one incident, it was a very clean race in compared to what we saw at Montreal. So really happy with that one. What did you reckon of it all?
Yeah, fantastic meet. Really, like I say, those accidents happen every now and again, and same again. I think next week be good. Talking of next week, very quickly, just trying to see where we're actually at. The schedule here. We are at Road Atlanta next week, so that should be extremely exciting as well. Another good circuit. Are they doing the 4-1? They are doing the 4-1, so lots of overtaking on that back straight. And
yeah, that should be good.
Yeah. Right, we've got a whole bunch of people in for interview. I know we're all pretty knackered here, so let's pick 3. Sorry, guys. Can't get you all. Who do you want, Chaz?
Well, I said earlier that we get Adam Hedgecock in tonight. He's had a bit of an up and down meeting, so let's drag him across and have a word. He's in the booth with us now, if I can get my words out. Adam Hedgecock, welcome to the booth. You've had, as I just said, a bit of an up and down evening with your results. I said that we didn't really want to laugh at you in races 3 and 4, but it seems that the results didn't quite go your way. How do you feel after the whole sort of debacle of tonight?
You know what? It was great all night, regardless of the incidents that happened. Like race 1, binned it myself, angry, annoyed. Race 2, podium. Race 3, got caught up in a in someone else's tangle and got some damage that I couldn't recover from. Race 4, well, that was a big one, wasn't it?
Yeah.
But still managed to make up 20 places. So, yeah, happy. Very, very happy.
Good stuff. And it's nice to see that obviously results aren't everything in this. I mean, I know people get competitive and everything, but it's good that people still enjoy it without getting the greatest results out of everyone for the evening, for example. But in terms of the championship, then we head to Road Atlanta, as me and Alex have just discussed, next week, which should be a good track for overtaking. How do you feel about going there? Is it a track you enjoy?
I do enjoy Road Atlanta. Yeah, we had some epic races there in the Club 73 Championship a few months back in the Jetters. That was very nip and tuck, and I'd imagine this is going to be the same kind of thing. Very close racing, plenty of dive bombs coming down the hill. Yeah, it should be good.
Yeah, it seems like these cars are a good sort of thing to try and get moves done on the brakes, and they do quite a big sort of punch a big hole in the air for slipstreaming. So, like you say, it should be an entertaining one to watch. Is there anyone you want to give a quick shout out to before you go?
The Boosted guys, great team to be in. We have a right old laugh during these evenings. Savage Gaming Community, some of them are watching tonight, watching our logo fly around the track, which is cool. To you guys, great commentary and some great camera angles you're pulling out. So yeah, that's pretty much it, really.
Brilliant stuff. Well, we'll look forward to watching on track next week, and we'll speak to you then, hopefully.
Awesome. Take it easy.
Who do you fancy next, Chaz?
Let's get Ryan Walker in. Ryan's been back out on track for the first time tonight in a while, and done us proud. So it's always good to have him in. I'll leave it up to you.
Ryan, welcome. Yeah, we haven't seen you out there on circuit or on an Apex stream for a little while, and yeah, a good meeting. Second place for the final race of the evening.
Hi guys. Yeah, quite surprised by the results I got this evening. Considering I only had 1 hour of practice around this layout of Indy that I've never actually raced before. So yeah, to get the results I got tonight, I'll happily take that, and happy days.
Are we going to? Well, the other question: are we going to see you back in the series for the rest of the season, or?
At the moment, I'm just a reserve driver, but as I said to the other boosted guys, I'll probably be back next week. Even I'll be back next week, or try and be back for the rest of the season, or race when I can. But yeah, I have to say it's probably one of the best organised leagues that I've been around, and the racing's been pretty good. So yeah, as I say, I'll try and be back next time, or try and be back in other races when time allows.
Yeah, it definitely seemed to be sort of gelling with the car. Good performance with such a short amount of practice, so should be good. I mean, can I just ask you a quick question about the circuit today? Obviously, we don't often see the moto layout of Indy. What's it like to race?
It's probably one of the most difficult layouts to race. I mean, but on the other hand, it provided great racing tonight, and the racing was close. And yeah, as for the racing tonight, I would probably give it 10 out of 10.
Yeah, we saw some fantastic battle. Before we let you go, anyone you want to give a shout out to?
I have to say thanks to the boosted guys, and also to Adam Hedgecock for providing an awesome setup. But overall, just to the boosted guys for having me, and hopefully the results that I got tonight is a good way to repay them.
Awesome stuff. Thanks very much, mate. We'll catch you when you're next on track then.
Right, thanks guys.
We'll have to bring in a Mr. Evans tonight instead of trying have a word with him, and he's pulled out the stops tonight, got some good results. Craig, you got a podium in that last one. How are you feeling at the end of tonight? How did you get on?
Yeah, no, it was pretty good. I think it was a slow start tonight. I don't think I've ever done this layout before. Maybe in Grid Autosport, but that's not really a game to practice the layout on. But no, it was a bit of a slow starter tonight. Didn't really have the pace in practice. Pulled out a decent quality time for me, and then spun race 1 and race 2. Race 3 didn't really. I don't know if you saw it on the broadcast, but every time I went down that start-finish straight, somebody just drove past me. So yeah, I didn't really have any straight line speed. I think I preferred not to drive with the auto blip onto the gearbox, so I turned it off for race 4, and I just had this world of pace come out of nowhere. So yeah, I was quite chuffed with how the evening ended. I want to do all 4 races again now and do a better job.
It is interesting, actually, you say that about the auto blip. To be fair, there are a lot of these sort of software sort of helps that iRacing provide, and it's interesting how turning them off can sometimes make you quicker because you're in control of the car more. So it's good to see that that worked for you. As the track is, though, I mean, Alex just asked Ryan a moment ago, as the track is to drive, I mean, while the results may not have been there tonight, did you enjoy driving the track? Is it an interesting layout to drive? Because we don't see it very often.
Yeah, I didn't really. I kind of disliked it at first, to be honest with you, and then as the evening went on, I kind of grew to love it a little bit more. When you're in the massive packs, it's really a terrible circuit. You're bottlenecking at a lot of sections of the track, and it just doesn't go well. Even at the end of the lap, the last couple of corners, if there's got a group of, I don't know, 5 or more cars, you'll start bottlenecking, so it's not as good. But when you've got little battle packs, maybe 2 or 3 cars, it's great fun to drive, and you can all pass left, right, and centre, and just fight all race long. So it's a decent layout, but not when you've got a massive grid all piling into the one corner at the same time.
Yeah, we saw a little bit of that, and obviously the incident at the beginning of race 4 was put pay to what we were saying. So we were saying it was clean up until that point, but as we said, it happens, doesn't it?
Yeah, well, it helped me. I got 10 positions out of it. So.
Well, that's fair enough. Then we won't do any more moaning about that. We
can moan about Kota though from Monday. That was terrible.
Oh yeah, well,
I'll talk to you about that if you want.
Yeah, the sooner we forget that, the better. If you ask me.
Right, okay. I had to buy it for flip's sake.
We go to another American circuit with this series at Road Atlanta next week. Is it a track you enjoy driving? I mean, do you feel confident going towards that one?
It's one of the few American circuits that's actually good.
Yeah.
Probably get shot down for that by a few people, but no, I do quite like Road Atlanta. I'll miss it sadly because I'll be at work, but I'll be tuning in, watching the guys and see how they get on. But no, it was good just to get back tonight for a race, and yeah, I have a month off after this wee trip away, so I'm looking forward to delving in and getting some good racing under my belt again.
Yeah, we were saying we hadn't seen you for a few meetings, so it's good to see you getting the results back on the board. Anyone you want to give a quick shout out before you go? So we've run out of time, unfortunately, mate.
Yeah, it's been a long night, hasn't it? Yeah, first of all, shout out to you guys for the broadcast. They've been keeping me entertained while I haven't been racing, so it's good to see them. Good job to Adams as well, getting everybody into the session and putting on a good show. Also to my team helping me get the car set up at short notice. And sponsors as well, G2 Mega Racing, they're helping us out, mainly in the Pro Series, but they're kind of giving us a push in all the series, as well as Elabase and the Logo and Stitch, so thanks to them for helping out.
Brilliant stuff. Well, we look forward to seeing you back on track again soon, mate. Hopefully it's sooner rather than later, but thanks for tuning in, enjoying the broadcast, and we'll speak to you again soon.
Catch you later. Cheerio.
Craig Evans there of Northern Lights Racing. Final interview for tonight. We are actually out of time, as I've just said, but overall, a really good, exciting night as always, Alex. What do you reckon?
Yeah, been fantastic night. Really enjoyed it. Some great racing, good overtaking. You know, what more do we want?
It's all spot on. So we will see you next week then, when we are at the fantastic Road Atlanta, another one of my favourite circuits, where hopefully these budding little MX5s will provide us with more entertainment as always. So thanks for tuning in on Apex Racing TV and iRacing Live, and on YouTube as well, and Facebook indeed, as I forgot at the beginning. We'll see you next week. Have a good night.